Hello, I'm the Pageant Nerd and welcome to my first official preview video for Miss Universe 2023. In the past few years I've tried to do individual country previews, but I sadly won't have time to cover all the countries I want to before this year's pageant on November 18. So I'm going to pick some key topics and feature the relevant contenders for each clip. As you'll have seen when you clicked on this video, today's topic is about crossover queens, contestants that have competed in one pageant system and then moved to another. This could apply to, for example, Miss America contestants moving across to Miss USA. Though usually with my content, and indeed for this video, it refers to movement between the various international pageants. Whether it be the Alphas, the Grand Slams, the Big Four, the Big Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. If you're a regular of my channel, you'll know I've covered this subject in a few of my other videos, mainly because so many of you have requested it. We've had a couple of notable crossovers at Miss Universe in recent years, namely our 2018 and 2020 queens, who both competed at Miss World beforehand, and which I'll get to shortly. Furthermore, at Miss Universe 2020, all of the top three had posted high placements at previous Grand Slam pageants. As such, the fact a major pageant like Miss Universe features a number of women who've previously competed internationally is nothing groundbreaking. What's momentous this year is the amount of queens who've placed and placed well, including one who's already won an international crown, now aiming for another. Today, I'll have a look at some of the more prominent crossover queens vying for the Miss Universe 2023 title in El Salvador. There may well be others, especially since dozens of delegates were yet to be selected at the time I made this video, but these are certainly the most notable selected thus far. Just a tiny reminder to please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, consider subscribing to my channel, and supporting the Pageant Nerd, that's me, via Super Thanks if you're able to do so. Before we get into this year's leading crossover queen contenders, here's a super quick TPN history lesson, some background info to set the scene for the Miss Universe 2023 preview content in this clip. Let's go. The most common crossover for a Miss Universe winner has been a previous attempt at Miss World. As I've covered before, 6 women have won Miss Universe after competing in the other Alpha pageant. Chronologically, Lebanon's Georgina Risk was the first in the early 1970s, followed by Dutch woman Angela Visser in the late 80s. A few years later, Michelle McLean of Namibia joined the crossover club, as did another African woman, Botswana's Mpule Kwelahobe. More remarkably, she was her country's first ever entrant in Miss Universe. It was nearly another 2 decades until Filipina Catriona Gray performed the feat, though the 6th and most recent member of the club punched her ticket a mere 2 years later, Mexico's Andrea Meza. As you'll have just seen, only 3 of these 6 women placed at Miss World, Andrea Meza becoming the first woman in history to follow a first runner-up finish at Miss World with victory at Miss Universe. Before Andrea, 3 women had done it the other way around, that being a first runner-up result at Miss Universe, then a Miss World title. In a much less common feat, Dayanara Torres placed top 15 for Puerto Rico at Miss International 1992 before winning her country's 3rd Miss Universe title. As many of you already know, there have been other crossover patterns, including women who've competed at Miss Universe before winning another major international competition. But today I'm focusing on Miss Universe as the final destination. So let's get started and look at the Miss Universe 2023 crossover queen contenders. Nicaragua is not regularly among the favourites at Miss Universe, but with the stunning Sheynnis Palacios, their track record may be about to get a major boost. The 23-year-old's recent victory in her national competition was so impressive and so dominant, many pageant watchers think she's a legitimate title contender. No doubt she leveraged the experience gained by competing at Miss World in 2021 in Puerto Rico, where she made the top 40 via the head-to-head challenge. And sharing her surname with a former Miss Universe, albeit from another country, might bring some luck. More importantly, being so close to home, with only Honduras separating Nicaragua from host nation El Salvador, Sheynnis may have added support in the San Salvador crowd. We've seen this prove effective in past editions. 2011 comes to mind when the Portuguese-speaking crowd in São Paulo got behind eventual winner Angola's Leila Lopes, arguably more so than their local bet, Miss Brazil Priscila Machado. Sheynnis studied mass communication at university, where she also played varsity volleyball, taking advantage of her 1.8 metre or 5 feet 11 height. She's a mental health campaigner via her not-for-profit Entiende tu Mente. Nicaragua is making its 41st appearance in Miss Universe, having placed 4 times previously, 1977, 2007 when they reached the top 10, plus 2013 and 2020. They have one special award, Best National Costume in 2013.
Say mabuhay to Philippines!
Michelle D, like Sheynnis Palacios before her here, is a Miss World alumni, having reached top 12 in 2019, also qualifying via the head-to-head challenge. The daughter of Miss International 1979 Melanie Marquez, Michelle becomes only the second woman after Catriona Gray to represent the Philippines at both Miss World and Miss Universe. Of course, Catriona made top 5 at Miss World 2016 before her 2018 Miss Universe victory, and hopes are high that Michelle can come close to matching Catriona's exploits. The Philippines is still recovering from a sobering non-placement last year, its first since 2009. The woman in question, Celeste Cortesi, beat Michelle D to the 2022 Miss Universe Philippines title, but Michelle returned this year to go one better, edging Pauline Amelinx and Krishna Gravides. Michelle is a model, actress, TV presenter and advocate for autism awareness and LGBT rights. Shortly after winning her national title, Michelle came out as bisexual. The Philippines is an undisputed pageant powerhouse, especially at Miss Universe, with 4 titles among 14 top 5s, 19 top 10s and 26 placements overall from 67 prior attempts. They're a 7-time Miss Photogenic and 2-time winner of Best National Costume. Like Michelle D, Camila Escribens had previous attempts in her national pageant before triumphing. In fact, her victory in 2023 followed a pair of first runner-up finishes in 2019 and 2021. Camila made the top 10 for PERU at Miss Grand International 2019 and was then appointed to represent her country at Miss Supranational, though she eventually pulled out, keeping her dream alive of winning Miss Peru, which she did this past May. Born in Lima, Camila has lived much of her life in the United States, like fellow Miss Peru Janik Maceta, who placed second runner-up at Miss Universe 2020, her country's best result since Gladys Zender won the 1957 title. Camila is a 25-year-old model whose advocacies are parasports and rare diseases.
We see men mistreating women. We see gun shootings in schools.
Speaking fluent English should be an advantage during interview prelims and finals night Q&A rounds, should she get that far. Peru has come on strong at Miss Universe in recent years, with consecutive top 10 results in 2019 and 2020, and top 16 last year. They've had 21 placements overall from 68 attempts. One title, as mentioned earlier, a full 66 years ago. After Amanda Dudamel's second place result last year, the pressure will certainly be on Diana Silva to continue Venezuela's Miss Universe resurgence. After all, 2019 to 2021 was the first time since the 1970s that Venezuela had missed the top 10 at Miss Universe for 3 consecutive years. Diana is one of several women who finished in the top 8 at Miss Earth 2018 and went on to compete at Miss Universe. Valeria Ayos of Colombia, who made top 5 at Miss Universe 2021. Telma Madeira of Portugal, top 16 at last year's Miss Universe, and Celeste Cortesi of the Philippines, who went unplaced at Miss Universe 2022. There's one more, and I'll get to her next. During the finals night show, Diana fainted and was reportedly about to be named in the top 4, but organisers had no choice but to remove her from contention. 25-year-old Diana is a model, trained cabin crew, and has studied advertising and marketing. She also volunteers with the Caritas organisation in Venezuela. Alongside the USA, Venezuela is one of the 2 most successful nations in Miss Universe history, with its 7 titles, 7 first runner-up finishes, 46 placements overall, 35 top 10s, 29 top 5s, 21 consecutive placements, a record 13 top 6 placements in a row. I could keep going. This will be Venezuela's 70th attempt at Miss Universe, and 10 years since their last title, Gabriela Isler, in 2013. Despite all these achievements, they're relatively light on for special award wins, just Miss Photogenic in 1994. One could say it's very much a case of having eyes on the main prize. That top 8 from Miss Earth 2018 has gone on to great things, hasn't it? In the past few days, we've seen Melissa Flores from Mexico, who won an elemental title 5 years ago, crowned Mexicana Universal, booking her ticket to El Salvador. With 5 of the top 8 crossing over to Miss Universe in the past few years, let's see if Melissa and Diana will join Valeria and Telma as a placer or Celeste as a clapper. There were in fact 2 other crossovers from Miss Earth 2018 who both went unplaced at Miss Universe 2021. Miss Chile, Antonia Figueroa, who made top 12 at Miss Earth and won the Miss Universe Social Impact Award, and Nigeria's Maristela Okpala, who was unplaced at both pageants. Melissa, a psychology graduate whose advocacy is combating dating and relationship violence, was a favourite for her national title. After an incredible duo of years in 2019 and 2020, which saw a second runner-up followed by Mexico's 3rd Miss Universe thanks to Andrea Meza, there have been 2 non-placements since then. This inconsistency is very much representative of Lupita Jones's time as national director. There were non-placements on either side of Jimena Navarrete's 2010 win, and earlier a 5-year streak which followed 4 years of non-placements. This will be Mexico's 66th attempt at Miss Universe, aiming to add to their 21 placements, 17 top 10s and 9 top 5s thus far. In terms of special awards, Mexico is a 2-time winner of Best National Costume. I'm going in order of the crossover queens' results at their previous international competition, and next up is Puerto Rico's newly crowned bête, Karla Guilfú. She placed first runner-up at Miss Supranational 2021, so her entry into this year's Miss Universe Puerto Rico was met with incredible excitement from the pageant fan community. Riding that wave of support and favouritism, a very well-prepared Karla swept to the national title on August 24, with some excellent responses in the Q&A rounds. Karla is a 25-year-old model and yoga instructor who campaigns for mental health and social justice via the not-for-profit Comencemos a Sanar, which translates to English as Let's Start Healing. For a 5-time winner of Miss Universe, Puerto Rico's current placement streak of just 5 is somewhat surprising. Nonetheless, in that stretch, they've enjoyed a first runner-up finish, 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s. But their most recent title remains Zuleika Rivera 17 years ago. This will be Puerto Rico's 69th attempt at Miss Universe, with 25 placements to date, including 20 top 10s and 14 top 5s. They're a 6-time winner of Miss Photogenic and 1-time Miss Congeniality. So, are we about to witness an ultra-rare double crown crossover? Anntonia Porsild is aiming to become the first ever queen to win 2 Grand Slam crowns. Indian icon Lara Dutta was Miss Intercontinental 1997 before winning Miss Universe 2000. And Brazil's Miss Earth winner from 2004 had won the minor pageant Miss Globe International the year prior.
3-1 นครราชสีมา Anntonia Porsild.
But should Anntonia win Thailand's first Miss Universe title in 35 years and 3rd overall, her 2 international victories, alongside Miss Supranational 2019, would be one for the record books, regardless of which international pageants you regard as part of the upper echelon. Miss Supranational is indeed one of the more popular pageants around today, and there have been a couple of other instances where international winners have chased a second title but didn't get past their national competition. Miss International 2014 Valerie Hernandez had intended to compete for the 2018 Miss Universe Puerto Rico title, but withdrew due to personal reasons. And Claire Parker, who replaced Ania Garcia as Miss Grand International 2015, competed for the Miss Universe Australia title in 2019, but was stopped at the top 15 stage. Claire was in fact stripped of her Miss Grand International title, and while efforts are in place to prevent new Miss Supranational winners from competing again internationally, it was nice to see organisers of that pageant congratulate Anntonia on her recent win at Miss Universe Thailand. With Danish and Thai heritage, 26-year-old Anntonia Porsild has lived in both Denmark and Thailand, but also studied in Vietnam and Spain, specialising in communications and public relations, which is what she continues to study in Bangkok. As a stunning multilingual beauty, Anntonia has been high on many pageant watchers' crossover wish list since she completed her supranational reign. In a mega strong field at Miss Universe Thailand this year, she edged out huge favourite Prawina Singh and Kirana Jasmine Chuta for the title. Between 2015 and 2020, Thailand was the only nation to reach the top 10 at Miss Universe every year, but they've gone unplaced the past 2 editions, and expectations are sky high for Anntonia, not only to get her country back in the semi-finals, but possibly to go all the way. With the Miss Universe organisation now under Thai ownership, the spotlight will be even brighter on her on November 18. Thailand is making its 59th appearance at Miss Universe with 13 prior placements, 10 of those reaching the top 10. 2 titles in 1965 and 88, and a second runner-up in 1966. They've won Best National Costumed a joint record 6 times, Miss Photogenic 3 times, and Miss Congeniality once. Alongside Spain and Trinidad and Tobago, they're one of 3 nations to have won each of those 3 special awards at least once. Check out my recent video on this very topic for more info. Okay, that's a wrap on my preview video for Miss Universe 2023 covering the crossover queen contenders. Thanks for watching. Again, if you enjoyed this clip, you know what to do. I'll be back soon with another Miss Universe 2023 preview. But in the meantime, it's goodbye from me, the Pageant Nerd.